welcome to another Doctor System 1 video, and today I'm doing a video on three TV shows I like more than Doctor Who. I know, heresy. I'll be honest, it's a bit weird sort of saying this on this channel, considering I've done over 700 videos on Doctor Who videos related to, primarily Doctor Who. So it's a bit weird to say, go into detail about some other shows that I like actually more than Doctor Who, for various reasons. Don't get me wrong, I think Doctor Who is like a big benchmark and a big thing in my life, of course, and a big, really epic TV show, but it has its downfalls, and it has its, things wrong with it. Not that these shows are impeccable by any means. They're just three shows that I think, if I'm not watching Doctor Who, that I will watch instead of Doctor Who, but also probably more than if I was to watch something else, if that makes sense. Other stuff that are these three shows I'll watch, but I kind of switch off my brain to, or I find funny and I find entertaining, but not as much as these shows, or anywhere near as Doctor Who. So, for example, I don't know, like How I Met Your Mum or Big Bang Theory come to mind. Two sitcoms that are really funny and entertaining, but they are easily way lower than, say, Doctor Who, of course, and by extension and by osmosis, way lower than these shows. These aren't ranked or in any particular order. I like all these three shows equally, more than Doctor Who, in some sort of weird capacity and strange way. So like everything else in terms of TV shows will either be lower than Doctor Who, or if not on par or close to Doctor Who, if not lower than Doctor Who. But these three are the exception, really, to that rule, personally. But IT Crowd, or It Crowd, it's a phenomenal show. It's a brilliant sitcom. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. This is series 1 of it. Highly recommend it. It's a brilliant sort of sitcom that's really, essentially, imagine Big Bang Theory, but kind of, instead of the scientists and science stuff, it's about IT guys, and instead of it being really sort of hammy and cheesy and not that funny and a bit more forced and a bit, like Big Bang Theory's kind of forced humour and kind of less fluid and feels more staged and fake and unreal and sort of, like a caricature of like nerd culture. This is a homage to it, if anything. You know, it's real, it feels real, it feels, like genuine. It's coming from a place of passion and joy and love, and it bleeds into the show very clearly. You know, the writings got a fluidity and almost sort of realism to it, and fluidity, and makes for a really good show. And the character interactions with the main cast are superb, and again feel real, and like you're not even watching a TV show, and that you're just watching two real IT nerds and a bizarre or bewildered, sort of woman enter this world of nerd culture, really, which is funny, and the evolution of that is very funny as well. So another show, here are both season 1 and or 2 of Rick and Morty. What's to be said about Rick and Morty that hasn't already been said on the internet? It's basically, the best way of summing this up is the way that they did in the season 3 trailer, which is, how can a show be this, only a show this smart can be this stupid. It's a big benchmark of animation now, and a lot of animation, or a lot of animators and aspiring animators and people who are animators currently, and TV people in the industry, will be looking to this as a benchmark of television and all sort of cartoon / animation format. It's just superb, really. It's practically flawless. in its humour, and it's just so tightly written, and the cast and the, well, not the cast, but the sort of, yeah, the sort of people behind it are just insanely talented and amazing. It's by Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland. It's co-created by those two. So, and then thirdly or lastly, it would be Community. That's also ironically a show by Dan Harmon, or that one. This one in particular is created by him. Whereas, as I said, Rick and Morty, although he does Rick and Morty, he is the co-creator of that. It's Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon are equals on that. Community is just a sort of really well-rounded sort of. It feels like a lot of what I grew up with, but kind of more mature than the things that I obviously grew up with. So it has this sort of charm and bewilderment and pure sort of sensibility of, you know, life and what it's like to be in an academic institute / place, you know, being community college, and the weird people you'll meet and the weird things you'll get taught and do and interact with people and how you deal with that, and and the diverse people you'll meet as well, you know, like there's no sort of uninteresting and dull sort of boring character, and just the wacky zany, as I say, cast, and the amount of people who have been in Community and amongst itself is amazing. And there's parodies of Doctor Who left, right and centre. There's other parodies of pop culture. There's, you know, quite a bit of stunt casting, but it's done really well. And that they've got, like, you know, Jack Black, I think, in season 1. They've got Matt Lucas in season 4, and then also to tie in with IT Crowd, the guy who plays Renham's son in IT Crowd ends up being in this season of Community, the last season, the 6th season. So, you know, so they've got loads of different actors from all over the place doing stuff in Community, and you know, it's just a really well-rounded show, I think, anyway. But I really enjoy it. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe.